And we're back with the Screen Team on today's talk, 930 KWOC, 93.3 on FM. You can also check out the Screen Team. We're on Facebook. We're also on Twitter, YouTube. We're all over the place, kids. So check us out, Screen Team, and be on the lookout for a brand new website coming soon from us as well. All right. Screen Team is brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Fearless Social, and also Poplar Bluff Drywall. Our final film was chosen by the very lovely Miss Sabrina J. It's called Chocolat. Came out in the year 2000. And like our other two films, Sabrina, this one is set where?
France.
Francais.
We didn't plan it that
way. We didn't, but it ended up that way, didn't it?
Just kind of happened.
So tell us about Chocolat. Wayne, what's the basic storyline in this film?
There's a gypsy-hearted woman, and she is dragged around the countryside by her mother, gypsy-hearted woman, and is taught the art of being a confectioner, more specifically, chocolate. And they can take the chocolate beans and they can ground it into powder and they can create all these confections and they build their own molds. And so she's just, a chocolatier, I think is how you say it.
But she has a little secret recipe, a little secret ingredient she puts in her chocolate to kind of fill up the desires and emotions of people, right?
Yeah, it's thought.
I mean, it's thought, man. She put some stuff in there, man.
Wasn't her mother Mayan?
Isn't that?
Yes.
The
and of course,
secret
the
ingredient
Mayans,
is chili pepper.
The Mayans were believed that chocolate was
medicinal
in a lot of different ways, and so she's been taught this.
Yes. So this girl grows up to do the exact same thing. She's still running from town to town with her chocolate goods.
And she has a daughter, too, now.
And now she has a daughter. And the daughter does not like this lifestyle. She wants to stay somewhere and make friends and grow up. Mm-hmm. And along comes Johnny Depp and the rest of the river rats, as they call them. And they're guys they're a type of lifestyle where they just live by their own rules. They pull into a river bankment into a town
and this town is very conservative.
I'm getting there. Oh, yeah.
Very conservative.
The French town.
So the first thing that happens is there's the mayor. And the mayor doesn't like the chocolatier character or her chocolate. It goes against, I think even right now they're getting ready to go into Lent. Mm-hmm. And so it's a very church-bound town. And the mayor, whose wife has left and run off to Paris, hasn't come back. He's frustrated. He's thinking everyone must give something up. And Lent is going to be 100% sacrifice. Right. And that means no fun. That means no vices, nothing. And so you meet, yeah. And so like all of this is going on and she's building a chocolate business and people are like sneaking over to her store and maybe I'll try a little of this. And in the process, you meet a grandmother and her grandson who aren't allowed to see each other because the grandmother is too outspoken and drinks coffee and just does all these things. And so you're learning about these people, and you learn about a battered woman who comes in, and the chocolatier character takes her in and makes her assistant, and so you get a lot of characters,
right?
And you get involved in their lives, and at the same time you're watching everything circle around this magic of chocolate. And then Johnny Depp's character, he falls for the main character, and she for him, and then he disappears for a while. And then at the end of the movie, you get some nice resolutions to all of the issues that are going on. And
so what is it about this film that makes you like it so much?
I think it's the chili pepper. I think you get some on your fingers when you put the movie in and you just sit there and you go, oh my gosh. It's a very romantic movie. Yes. And I think from the title to the credits, it's just...
And all the characters are just so fascinating. Even the side little ones, you see just a little bit on screen. You're so engaged even in their stories and what they're about. Mm-hmm. This film did a great job, not just with the main characters, but with everybody that was in this film. And this is one of my favorite movies. I'd say it's maybe in my top 10 to 15 movies of all time. I really enjoy Chocolat, and this movie did really well with the Academy Awards. Got nominated for Best Actress, Juliette Binoche, Best Picture, Best Original Music, Best Screenplay, and Best Supporting Actress, Judi Dench. And Johnny Depp Before he got uber famous, before he did the Pirates of the Caribbean films, he was doing a lot of these kind of, I don't want to say independent, but movies that weren't really, getting the big box office attention.
Pop movies. They weren't pop movies.
They weren't pop movies, but he was doing like little films like this that really made him cool and different. And
sexy.
He was a little sexy in this film.
A little?
Brittany.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
That's when he became one of my favorites.
I fell in love with him with Gilbert Grape.
Oh, I did too. Yes.
That's where I fell
Totally
in love
love
with
that.
Johnny Depp. But yeah, this is.
And I don't want to be misleading.
He's
There's
fine.
really not a there's only one love scene in this movie,
Yeah,
and
but it's still so
you don't
romantic.
see it. It's
Yeah.
there, but you don't actually see it.
That's pretty
and
PG.
So, and so it's a safe movie to have around anybody in the family. You're not going to see anything inappropriate necessarily, but it's not. Kids aren't going to really be fascinated with it either. It's a love story.
Yeah. It's not good for your diabetes, I can tell you that.
Judi Dench could tell you that too.
I just know they don't make chocolate like that around here.
Oh, my gosh. No kidding.
Yeah.
Have you tried chocolate with chili pepper?
No.
Have you?
Oh, yes.
Is it good?
Oh, yes. You need to try that.
I do.
I am so serious. There's just something about that combination.
Where did you try that?
Well, Rebecca used to buy these candy bars that had it was like a dark chocolate with chili pepper in it, and it's really a good combo. I know it sounds crazy, but you got to try it.
Well, she had the skill of picking people's favorites.
Yeah, I love that too.
Except for
I thought that
Johnny
was,
Depp's.
Yeah, it took her a
was
few
fun.
tries.
That was a fun part of the movie is that she has
Trying
this
to figure, how
gift
come
for
she
doing
can't
that.
figure out his favorite?
Yeah.
She does.
I tell you what,
Eventually.
watching these movies about food, this one in particular, Chocolat, definitely made you hungry when they were doing all the preparing scenes and showing how they made the cakes and the little fudges and the little, candies. And, you just wish you had a little Chocolat restaurants that you could walk to.
yeah.
I will admit, too, that while you're watching, they do this on purpose. In this movie, they create this scene where it's like magic is happening. It's, remember how Ghost had their clay scene, okay?
Yeah.
And you just know that it's taking a turn.
That is really a word
There's-
that I would use to describe the whole movie is it has a magical feel
It
to
does.
it. It
Yeah.
almost feels like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
kind
It's more like
of
a potion.
thing. Yeah.
There's a potion. And like you said, there's a magical ingredient. There's something mysterious. And it's all all of those things. But you get caught up. You feel like you're going to start swaying and licking your fingers, because you're like, I just want to lick the plate. Yeah.
Yeah, bud. Good stuff.
Ladies,
Euphoric.
I think we need to stop things and go get some food.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for our food edition of the Screen Team. We'll have to do this again because when we told people we were doing this show, we got a whole bunch of other ideas, recommendations. So we'll have to do this again soon. So
Feel free to contact us on Facebook and give us your recommendations. We'll be happy to
please do.
accommodate.
Good point.
Please do. Sabrina, Brittany, thank you guys so much for coming in. Appreciate you guys. Next week is going to be very, very interesting. We have 2 new first-timers coming in the studio, and we've got a couple of controversial movies we're going to be reviewing. We'll have 2 not lifelong, but longtime fans of the Screen Team, Miss Keisha Pig and Lori O'Brien. They're coming in the studio, and we're going to be we're going to be reviewing A Christmas Medea. That's our first one. Then we're going to be reviewing a film that was pretty controversial around the Christmas time called The Interview. It came out, and there was a lot of controversy with North Korea and whether they're going to show the film or were they not going to show the film. So we're going to review that one, and the final one. I'm blushing already. We're going to review 50 Shades of Grey.
You got to go see it.
Oh, my goodness.
So it should be an interesting show nonetheless. That's coming at you next Saturday at 6 p.m. For Brittany, Sabrina, and Chris. We are the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC.